I think the thing that stands out the most is like all the people that I've met and all the stuff I've learned from them. I'm pretty lucky with like all the people that I've met, like teammates wise, coaches, and just connections. And so I have a huge network that I like really care about, and guys who've moved on like 2 years by now, a year. Um, I still keep up with all of them. I just think that like the group of guys that I met is like I'm pretty lucky to be able to say that.
Thanks for listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank. If you're thinking about starting a business or know someone who is, check out Emprise Bank's SBA loans. It's always good to know your options, and they can be your partner in possible.
Hello and welcome to another Three Mall Wildcat Weekly Player Spotlight, brought to you by Riverbank Brewing in Council Grove in partnership with Wildcat NIL. And today we are joined by senior tight end Will Swanson. Before we get started with Will, I want to tell you, as always, about our friends over at Riverbank Brewing, located just 35 minutes from Manhattan. Also located on a scenic setting just off Main Street in Council Grove, overlooks the Neosho River. It is a really cool historic building, tons of charm there. Huge outdoor covered patio, amazing setup with TVs outside and inside. They've got the garage doors that lift up to the patio toward the inside to open things up as well to enjoy some of that cool, crisp fall air. Plus some amazing craft beers that Riverbank brews in-house, as well as several cocktail options with whiskey, vodka, and their Lewis apple cider. If you don't have tickets to the Wildcats game Saturday, go to Riverbank Brewing and enjoy some drinks while watching the Cats, or pick up some beer to go and bring it to your tailgate on Saturday. Go to riverbankbrewing.com for more information. Open Wednesday and Thursday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Head on out to Riverbank Brewing. Enjoy some terrific craft beers and cocktails in the beautiful Flint Hills and support a local business supporting K-State student athletes and Wildcat NIL. Well, it's the first time we've had you on before. How you doing, man?
Pretty good. Yeah, just today's Thursday. We'll have our last practice of the week before we go and take on Cincinnati.
So before we get into the football specifically, I'd love to get to know you a little bit better. So you were, well, I was looking at your bio again. I always affiliated you being from Nebraska, but as I looked, you were born in Massachusetts. Is that right?
Yep. So I was born in Concord, Mass. It's just a town outside of Boston, and then I grew up in Chelmsford, Massachusetts, which is like right outside of Lowell, Mass. And then 2009, I was 7 years old when I moved to Nebraska. And so basically grew up. Most of my obviously childhood memories are living in Nebraska. Went to high school in Nebraska, middle school, and all that.
How big is your high school in Nebraska? Is it pronounced Papillion? Is it Papillion?
Yeah, Papillion, yeah. Yep.
So what's it like in Papillion? Take us through like your background, your family, your upbringing.
So it's just all my most of my relatives live on the East Coast, and so it's just me, my parents, and my sister and I are only like we live in or we moved to Nebraska. I don't have any family outside of Nebraska or inside Nebraska. My sister, she graduated from OU. She lives in Dallas now, but my parents still live in Papillion. So my high school was, I think my graduating class had, I think, 500 kids. I mean, right now the school is like 2,000 kids across the entire school. And then it's partnered with another high school, which is probably right around 2,000 kids too. So it's just a suburb of Omaha, growing a ton and stuff.
Yeah. Well, what was it about K-State that stood out when you were going through the recruiting process several years ago?
So my recruiting was pretty quick. I had gotten my first offer ever, I think it was maybe a month before I committed. And so I came to a camp at K-State, one of the early, I think it might have been May. It was like a late May camp. I went through it, got offered right after the camp. At the camp, I got offered. And then I think 2 weeks later, I went on a visit. I came on official visit. took a tour of the campus, and K-State was one of the schools that I had gone into my college football hopes of wanting to go to because of like the location. I mean, I'm just like a less than a 3-hour drive to back home, and I can shoot up for a weekend. It's super easy for my parents to make games, and then along with my degree, I I graduated this past May with construction science and management, and I knew that K State had a good construction science management degree. And then also just with the coaches, I liked the culture that Coach Kleiman wanted to build, and I had seen all the success that they had at NDSU, and I thought that he was just a winner, and I wanted to come play for him.
This is your 5th year at K-State, Will. As you look back on your time here and senior day approaching, what stands out on your time here?
I mean, when I first got here, it was like I'm a totally different person for the better since I've been here. I didn't have any facial hair when I got here, and I feel like I was just like a little kid. And I think the thing that stands out the most is like all the people that I've met and all the stuff I've learned from them. Um, I'm pretty lucky with like all the people that I've met, like teammates wise, coaches, and just connections. And so I have a huge network that I like really care about, and guys who've moved on like 2 years by now, a year. Um, I still keep up with all of them. I just think that the group of guys that I met is like I'm pretty lucky to be able to say that.
What do you think your emotions will be like as you head into senior day this Saturday against Cincinnati?
Um, yeah, just thinking about all the sacrifices. My parents have never missed a game,
Wow.
like home or away. They drove down to Houston. They like went to the Sugar Bowl. They went to West Virginia every year. They've never missed an away or home game. So I mean, like, I don't think a lot of guys can say that. So just knowing how like thankful and grateful I am for them, and then also just like the guys that I've met that I'll be friends with for life. Just thinking about all that.
Crazy support system you've got for your parents. Cool. Do you have like a favorite individual play, Will, that stands out for you during your time at K-State?
I mean, my first touchdown was pretty like interesting. I mean, it was like a little sneak play where like I awkwardly caught the ball on like the half-yard line and like tried to bring it in, and then they got reviewed, and then we went nuts after that. But like I didn't sell it very good. I didn't get. I didn't sell it to the rest that I thought I scored. I didn't think I scored. I thought I was down the half-yard line. So I thought that was just an interesting way to score your first touchdown.
I remember the play. So that was against TCU last year, right?
ECU, yeah, like, and I don't know when in the course of the game, but I think it was like in the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, it was late in the game from what I recall, and I just remember I think Will rolled out to his left, and you snuck across the field, and it underthrew a little bit, and you had to dive for it. They went to review, Will, I believe. So like that, if you were in, like, I mean, that was your first touchdown catch, right? Like how nervous were you when they were at that review?
Um, I don't know. I was just thinking like, well, I don't know, just watching that on film after the game, knowing that I was like a literal 6 inches from scoring, that would just suck.
Yeah. Well, you came to K-State actually at a strange time, I think, right? 2020, your first year.
So I graduated high school early. So I graduated from high school in December of 2019. Then I enrolled here in January 2020, and I did like a quarter. We were at school. I lived at Jardine I lived at Jardine for a year and a half, but I left Jardine thinking that we were just having spring break, and then I never went back to Manhattan until maybe May. Yeah, so that was just a total curveball in what I thought would be my first semester. So I missed spring ball, and that was like the huge point of going. And I mean, that's the main point of besides the fact that you can like jumpstart your degree, it's also just spring ball and trying to learn the offense. So it was just and getting to know everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what it would have been like to be your first year in college during the pandemic and then you couple football with that. Like, what was that time period like from a football standpoint, playing in front of stadiums, empty stadiums, and just how surreal did that feel?
Yeah, it was weird. I remember I traveled to Oklahoma, and like Oklahoma had like the cardboard cutouts of people all in the stands, and that was strange. And then um at the games that so I had kept dislocating my shoulder. I dislocated my shoulder the first practice of fall camp that year. And then throughout the year, my shoulder came out like 5 or 6 times to the point where like I couldn't put it back in myself. And so then I knew that I wanted to get surgery. And then um, that on top of um, like COVID and stuff, it was just wasn't really a fun year.
Well, I guess I'll ask this: that I mean, what's it like playing for Coach Lepak?
I love him. Yeah, he's um he like he's always the same dude every day, and he doesn't like let you. He's hard on us to execute, and he is so like driven to coach us, and he never takes like he doesn't let anything slip by that he doesn't coach. And so you're constantly learning, and like the young guys coming in, like they learn so fast through him. And like Ancio, he was didn't play any last year, and now he's playing a ton. And like I think that Lepak does a really good job of like being a coach, but also he's always given us like life stuff, and he's not just centered around football.
What I mean, speaking of the tight end room, I mean, you just mentioned Ancio, I'm a redshirt freshman that's really came on this year. Like, how do you kind of view the future of the tight end room after you move on?
I mean, I think they're and I think I think it's going to continue to on the trajectory that it is. Um, I think just with like new recruits that come in and retargeting like a like I think that more kids will want to go play here because of the fact that you have like so much tight end success. And also it, the guys that are in the guys that are in the tight end group right now are really good dudes, and not selfish, and just wanting to um just knowing that they understand that the mission is to win, and it's not about like your stats or all that kind of stuff. It's just whole group's committed to trying to win the game.
Yeah. Well, look, it's been a tough 3 weeks, obviously, for the team. You got 2 regular season games left. You got the bowl game. You're a veteran guy. Like, what is the mindset of the guys in the locker room right now after the last few weeks?
Um, always stressing about or like not stressing, but focusing on that like understand that the purpose of it all is so much bigger than you, and that like playing for we always talk about playing for your why and like what drives you, but also understanding that like what you do affects my teammates why and my other teammates why, and that like it's all like if you play for one another for their why, like that's just gonna like it's only gonna bring success. And then also just straight up like executing, because I mean there's um to simplify it all, we lost the game simply because we didn't execute. And like it's not like we can like disregard all like I guess you'd call like philosophical stuff. It's just like we need to execute better. We need to understand the X's and O's, and then execute those X's and O's. And I think that that's what we weren't doing the past 2 games.
I was going to expand on that, Will. I mean, is there anything you can pinpoint that you guys are maybe why you've struggled on offense the last couple of games? Like, are there certain things you guys are focused on correcting?
Um, I think I mean, we're just trying to like put together a full game. We want to be able to run, well, like just trying to, from a tight end perspective, we want to um, be be able to both run and pass the ball, and so we're just looking to have a like good complete game, like across the board from a special teams, offense, defensive perspective going into Cincinnati.
Coach Kleiman was emotional Saturday after the game in the press conference. He said he felt like he let you guys down, and obviously we know Coach Kleiman loves you guys. He loves his players, and you're going to be coming out on the field to give him a hug a final time. Well, maybe not a final time, but before you take the field for senior day festivities. Like, I asked you what it's like to play for Coach LePac, but also what has Coach Kleiman meant to you in your 5 years here?
Um, he's a he's definitely for like the position that he's in. He's like beyond selfless. And he always says that he doesn't like the praise, or not the he doesn't like, I can't say that, but he's not looking for praise. And that one thing that he does is that he rides on bus too. And so whenever we show up to like the catwalk or at an away game, he rides on bus too, just to like, so that the idea that it's not a hierarchy. We're all one group trying to, we all have our parts, and when we all fit together, we're a team.
What do you do for fun away from football, Will? What are some of your hobbies when you get away from the game?
Um, I mean, I love to fish. I fish all the time, here in town and also back home. I love the outdoors. I play video games with guys in the team and like my buddies back home. I love playing, like pickup games of basketball, and in the summer months, like going out on Tuttle Creek, or I love camping, and I'm super into the outdoors. So most of the time, it's something to do with the outdoors, whether it's fishing or hunting or something like that.
When you think past football, when your time on the football field's done, what do you want to do with your life?
Um, I I don't know for sure, but I mean, my degree is in construction science, and so I have a ton of interest in construction. I feel like, that that industry is never really gonna die, and so um, not just because of that, but because I find it interesting, and it's something that I like. I think it would be something to do in the construction industry, or like real estate or development or something like that. But I don't know. I have like dreams of like cool. I mean, like I went to one of my favorite vacations was this past summer with my family. We went to Alaska, and so just, I don't know, like a dream to go like hike Mount Denali or something, or
Yeah.
something like that. Just do some adventurous stuff while I'm still young.
Yeah. Well, we'll wrap now, Will, but I also have to give you a shout out for that play at Tulane. When we talked about individual plays, that touchdown grab you had against Tulane was one heck of a grab. Yeah, back shoulder there's your running. So, hey, we appreciate you, Will, and all you've done at K-State. Best of luck this Saturday against Cincinnati. Best of luck the rest of the season and through the bowl game as well. Hopefully you guys finish strong, and appreciate all you've done in your time here. That'll do it for another 3 Mall Wildcat Weekly Player Spotlight. For Nick Springer behind the scenes and Will Swanson for jumping on with us, I'm Cole Manbeck signing off on another episode of 3 Mall.